Dear friends, today's lecture will focus on particles in the atmosphere, which is aerosol. I am Dr. Vijay Sinha, teaching air pollution, and we will discuss in detail about the aerosol formation, their presence in the atmosphere, their impact on different environmental aspects, and then some learning outcome. So basically, learning objective of this lecture will be to understand the sources, type of atmospheric particles, to expose the reader to different types of aerosols, condition in atmosphere, to enable the reader to understand aerosols with various facets in atmospheric system, including pollution, and lastly, to enable the formation and growth of atmospheric particles. A large number of solid liquid particles species are found in the atmosphere. They are ubiquitous. So aerosol is defined as a dispersion of solid and liquid particles of microscopic nature in gaseous medium with low settling velocities. Examples such as smoke, fog, or mist size range from few nanometer to several micrometers. So important for understanding atmospheric chemistry and physics, the biosphere, climate, and public health, the aerosol very important role, because aerosol particles scatter and absorb solar and terrestrial radiation. They are involved in the formation of clouds and precipitation as cloud condensation and ice nuclei, which in short called as CCN and ICN, and they affect the abundance of distribution of atmospheric trace gases by heterogeneous chemical reactions and other multi-phase process. So based on their formation process, aerosols are either primary or secondary. Primary aerosols are directly emitted to the atmosphere. Secondary aerosols are formed in the atmosphere by gas to particle conversion process, and based on their sources, they can be classified as either natural or anthropogenic. The percentage of anthropogenic contribution in atmosphere is comparatively low, but the impact is magnified in terms of various present environmental challenges, including global warming, climate change, etc. So, natural aerosols are emitted as a result of process in the nature, such as wind-blown dust, pollen, plant fragments, sea salt, sea spray, volcanic eruption, forest fire, etc. And anthropogenic aerosols are somehow related to human activities, such as the combustion of fossil fuel, biomass burning, industrial process, traffic, burning of biomass or fuel, and agriculture activities. There are different terms we commonly heard in day-to-day life, such as dust, fumes, fog, mist. So they have little bit different meaning for as an environmental scientist or student of environmental science. So dust is solid particles formed by mechanical breakage of parent material or pressing. These have irregular shape and are greater than 1 micrometer. Fumes, particles formed by condensation or chemical reaction. It also refers noxious vapor components. Then fog, suspension of water droplets, and they are affecting visibility, which resulted into less than 1 kilometer, a term loosely applied to visible aerosols in which the dispersed phase is liquid, usually dispersion of water. Mist is suspension of droplets, and they are affecting visibility. And then smoke, visible aerosols from incomplete combustion. Particles may be solid or liquid. Usually the size is lesser than 1 micrometer. Smoke consisting of solid and liquid particles formed by the presence of sunlight on vapors. It is combination of smoke and fog. Haze, a visibility reducing aerosol. Haze is defined as the weather phenomena featuring a high concentration of fine particles that leads to horizontal visibility below 10 km at a relative humidity less than 90%. Haze pollution is characterized by the elevated levels and high fraction of the secondary components of sulfate, nitrate, and ammonium in fine The size distribution is very important and is its core physical parameter. It determines the type of distribution of mass and number, density or optical scattering over the particle size. Size range covers from 1 nanometer to several hundred micrometers, and there is spatial and temporal variation in distribution. So particles in small particles and generally emitted from traffic activities, energy production, viruses, secreting smoke, gas molecules, or cloud conditioning nuclei. So all these particles are in range of nanoparticles, and bigger particles which are generally generated from road dust or pollen or sand, gravels. All these things are the bigger particles. So particulate matter is classified on different grounds such as size-based classification of aerosols. Based on particle size, atmospheric particles can be classified in 3 major fractions. Ultrafine particulate matter ranging from few nanometer to 0.1 micrometer, then fine particulate matter ranging from 0.1 micrometer to 2.5 micrometer, and coarser particulate matter in size range of greater than 2.5 micrometer to 10 or 20 micrometer. These are the giant aerosol are those larger than 2 micrometer in diameter. Classification based on origin categorized in primary and secondary particulate matter. So primary particulates are produced directly by the physical or chemical processes, but peculiar to a specified emitters come from extremely varied sources ranging from those in the industrial sector. Secondary particulates are the products of chemical and physical process occurring in the atmosphere. Chemical-based classification categorizes the aerosol in sulfur-containing compounds, carbon-containing compounds, nitrogen-containing compounds, halogen-containing compounds. So different compounds or molecules which are present in the atmosphere can be classified accordingly in 4 categories.